Under a spreading chestnut tree, the village smithy stands. This is not the tree in question, but this is the house of the blacksmith. Longfellow's poem about the village blacksmith is one of those pieces of Americana that may have fallen by the wayside. I suspect a lot of us still know it in a general sense, but I'm not sure how many of us really read it closely anymore. Longfellow has become one of those poets who is fairly easy to assign to children in elementary school because his poetry is written in fairly plain verse, fairly easy to understand. But that doesn't mean that people are necessarily teaching it as much as they used to. I remember my younger brother memorizing part of his poem about the ride of Paul Revere. And that one, along with the blacksmith poem, might still be one of the best recognized and most widely known ones. And the poem isn't really about, hey, blacksmiths are cool just because they're blacksmiths. It's actually a statement about the value of persistent hard work and the value of integrating your work with the rest of your life. The blacksmith is a single dad because his wife died young. He participates in the life of community. He goes to church every Sunday and takes his kids. But also he just works hard and gets something done every day. And all of that hard work adds up to a life in the long run. And Longfellow basically uses him as an example of how any of us can reach our goals or get ahead in life with persistent application of work. So it's a great little poem, but this is the site. And what's interesting about thinking about it these days is, it's framed as being set in a village, and Cambridge would still have been a village in the 1830s when Longfellow was writing about it. The poem was published in 1840 or 1841. But if you look around, I'm just in a courtyard, and in fact, the Dexter Pratt House is now used as one of the sites for the Cambridge Center for Adult Education. So people are still applying themselves consistently to working and to getting ahead in this spot. It's just that they've moved on from hammers and iron to books and words. As you can see, there's a little bit of controversy about the exact identity of the blacksmith in question. This is both the Dexter Platt House and Torrey Hancock as the blacksmith that Longfellow may really have known. Longfellow's house is about a quarter mile up the street from here. It would have been further outside the village. Of course, Cambridge these days is a fairly sizable small city.